Hello friends, we have already known that bones are responsible for the movement, but the animals those don't have the bones, how they are generally moving, how they are living their livelihood, how they are able to move from one place to another. To address these questions answer, we have to watch this video till the end. Namaste, I am Sutapa. I welcome you all to my channel Learn Right Away by Sutapa. Let's start the video and we'll watch how the animals, those who don't have bones, they are having their livelihood, how they are surviving, how they are existing. We'll discuss hands on. So friends, already we have discussed about the humans, how they are getting moved from one place to another. Now we'll move towards the animals movement. Okay. So first thing, that bones are generally moved by help of two muscles. One is associated with contraction and another is associated with expansion. Both the mechanisms means fused together by called the movement of bones, means both by contraction and expansion we are able to move our bones and we are able to walk away. Okay, so in that case we have seen so much animals those are using their bones for movements, but where there is a case of no bones, how they are moving, there is a question. Okay, so the animals those who are not having bones at all, they are having only fleshy structures, how they are moving. Okay, so take an example of earthworm. Generally earthworms don't have bones, but still they are able to move by their fleshy structure. Fleshy structure means they are having ring like structure all together connected to form their body. Okay, they are having the fleshy structure with some sword type bristles which is known as their foot, or which is generally helping to walk. So these foots are generally responsible to stick on the soil and they are having two ends. One is known as front end and another is known as back end or the rear end. First they have to fix their front end at one place, then they are squeezing their body and they are extending their they are removing their rear end and extending their front end and they are getting moved away. Earthworm is having the hair-like structure, that is the bristles, which generally help them to stick onto the ground, and they are generally excrete some slimy type substances which generally help them to stick on the ground also, and they are generally walking away through the ground, and they eat all through the ground, and whatever they have been undigested they generally excretes out, and that undigested food of earthworm is generally used by the plant for their food and for their nutrition. Okay, next we'll discuss about the snail. Snail you are able to see in the rainy season generally, and that snail is having a bone like structure, but it is not a bone, it is just a hollow structure of a hard substance is known as the cell, that is known as the cell, and it is also having a fleshy substance under the cell, and if you put a snail on a glass plate, a transparent glass plate, and if you see from the bottom you can see that they are also having that type of fleshy structure, that is known as the that is known as the leg of the snail, and they are able to move by their fleshy portion, or that is the leg of the snail only. Okay, then we'll have the cockroach. You can take the example of cockroach, how they are being moving. Cockroach is generally having three type of movements. One is they are generally able to walk. Second thing is they are generally able to fly, and they are also able to climb. Okay, so how they are able to move, they are generally having three pairs of legs, means six legs are there, and they are generally moving by the help of legs. That legs are also having distinct feature of muscles that is helping them to climb through anybody, and that generally helps them to anchor onto a substance and climb up easily, and they are having two pairs of wings that is also attached to the back of their head, and that is helping them to fly away. Okay, so that is the features of cockroach. And next we'll discuss about the birds. Birds generally having two types of means legs. That front legs are known as the forelimbs, and the back legs are known as the hind limb, and the forelimbs are generally modified to their wings or feather, which is generally helping them to fly. And the hind limbs, that is the back limbs, are generally help them to walk on the ground for searching of food, perching, etc., for drinking water and many more. And they are having the bone structure very their bones are very light weighted and hollow in structure. That's why they are able to fly easily. And their shoulder bones are very strong, and they are having the breast bones like we are having the chest bones, they are having the breast bones. And the breast bones is responsible to move the muscles of the wings, that are which is helping them to fly. Okay, so this is all the mechanism of birds. And next we'll discuss about the fish and snakes. So friends, let's discuss about the fish now. How the structure of the fish is made up of. Fish body is generally made up of a streamlined structure. Means first let's understand what is streamlined structure. So streamlined structure means the front end of the body part is generally narrower than the middle part, and the rear end of the body part is also narrower than the body part. Ultimately, the body part of mid body part is generally becomes thicker as compared to the rear end and the front end. That gives the fish to swim easily through the water inside the water. And the tail means the rear end of the fish, and the fin, the tail and the fins which is attached to its body, generally help the fish to move away in the water easily. And while swimming, the fish generally bend its front end towards one direction. Similar at the same time, simultaneously, the rear end, that is the tail, gives the jerk in the another direction. Means if the front end is moving towards south, means the tail of the fish will move towards the north. Then only it gives the jerk and the fish continues to swim in the water. That's why the water divers are generally using the flippers to swim in the water easily. Okay, so generally human structure is not that type of structure, to not that type of body. We don't have the streamlined body. That's why the divers generally use flippers to swim easily in the water. Okay, so this is the thing generally associated with the fish. And let's discuss now about the snakes. How the snakes are generally moving on the ground. Snakes generally don't have the bristle like structure like earthworm or any other fleshy like foot type structure like snails, or any other like leg structure like a cockroach or any other else. They generally have the fleshy skin, and they are far from each other, but still they are connected by their backbone and rib, and the skin all are connected together. And they are generally forming the loop like structure, means curve like structure. They are having a long length body. That's why they are making several loops, and that all loops are giving the jerk to go forward in the forward direction. But the snake is generally not able to move in the straight line direction. They are generally moving in a curved direction, though they are creating the loops. Okay, so this is the thing about the snake. Now let's discuss about some important topic, that is yoga. Means yoga is the gift of our ancestors to us. Nowadays yoga has been predominantly very valuable in today's era because of corona like crisis. And we have to have, means our we have to do yoga for on a daily basis for our better health. How does it affect to our health? Let's discuss something. And the first thing is there is a fact that is generally coming in the competitives also, and we have to know that 21st of June is generally celebrated as International Yoga Day. It is also declared by the United Nations. And second thing is, it generally keeps us healthy. Keeps us healthy means it keeps our muscles tuned. Our muscles generally stay active because of doing yoga only. They are getting full oxygen and they are being oxygenated thoroughly, and it keeps our heart healthy and our blood circulation in a good manner, so that we are being we feel free throughout the day. Means we stay active throughout the day. And generally whenever some postures described in yoga, we are doing that posture, that they are generally instructing us to weight our own body weight on our self, so that the bones get more stronger, and we are generally eradicate the diseases like osteoporosis, which generally happens because of weak bone strength. Okay, so lesser the bone strength, there is a chance of osteoporosis that generally been warded off by doing yoga. And then one more thing is that we are generally having the backbone erected by doing yoga only, and that gives us a straight posture, a sound posture. So to stay healthy and active, we have to must do yoga for some times in our daily life. And that's all about the 8th chapter of class 6 science book. Here the chapter 8 ends, and next video, in the next video we'll discuss about the chapter 9th. And hope you all are liking my videos, and if you are really liking, then please subscribe and share with your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon. And thank you so much for watching. Namaste.